Hello, everyone, and welcome to ADC Sports Dallas Primetime. I'm excited to be with you guys tonight. It is Thursday night before what feels like the biggest game of the year for the Dallas Cowboys, even though it is not a conference game for them even. So in the standings, where push comes to shove in late January, it might not matter a lot, whatever the outcome is of Sunday's game, but it feels like the biggest game of the year for the Cowboys, just because it is a true chance to go up against one of the toughest opponents in the NFL, even with their recent struggles. I believe that is how we should describe the Chiefs, a big test for the Dallas Cowboys. So thank you for being tonight with me here on ADC Sports Dallas Primetime. As always, I invite you to hit the like button and, of course, share the show. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, let your friends know that you're watching ADC Sports Dallas Primetime. I do wonder if Tom Downey's burner account spends all day just like thinking of this, because he always nails it. When Dak Prescott was born, he drove himself home. That is Tom Downey's burner account opening comment. Billy the Kid saying, let's go Dallas Cowboys for life. Now that more of us are here, guys, let's get to the show. Let's talk about the reasons why I'm taking the Cowboys over the Chiefs. Spoiler alert, but let's talk about it. Let's go. What is up, guys? Welcome to ADC Sports Dallas Primetime. I'm Mauricio Rodriguez, streaming with you live every Sunday through Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central here on Dallas On Demand Sports Talk Network, with a lot more content coming your way throughout the entire 2021 Cowboy season. Make sure you check out adcsports.com/Dallas, especially this weekend. And I will tell you why this weekend. And if you take a look at the upper right corner, near the upper right corner of the screen that I'm showing you, you will see the Kansas City tab. And that is because ADC Sports has been covering the Chiefs for a while. So this weekend is a little bit special because you can go to adcsports.com and not only read about the Cowboys like you're used to, but also if you're up to it, you can go behind enemy lines and read a little bit of what the Chiefs community is talking about, because this is a big game for them too. We know that they got the big win versus the Raiders. Now they turn around and find a tougher opponent on the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll talk about that. Tonight. What is up, Charlene Evans, TV Mac, Dallas Junk over at YouTube as well. We have Ninja also saying that Tom Downey's burner account has nothing to do because he's on burner daddy duty. What is up, Dallas Junk? Thank you, guys. Thank you all for being here tonight. I appreciate you. Let's talk about the game. I gotta tell you, I am insanely excited about this one. I know you guys are too, but I've been thinking about it all week long. And here's the thing. I don't think that I've anticipated any football game as much as this one since the Dallas Cowboys were last in the playoffs in 2018 maybe. And even though it's a regular season game, it feels maybe a tiny bit bigger than that. Of course not, because of it being the Rams game was, of course, a playoff game versus the Rams in the divisional round. But here's the thing, though. The 2018 Cowboys, we didn't look at them like potential conference favorites in the NFC. We were excited about Amari Cooper joining the team midseason, and then Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott immediately hitting it off and turning the team around from a 3-5 start to a 10-6 record, and them ending in the playoffs. And then there was the 28, but we never expected the 2018 team to be a true Super Bowl threat in the NFC. At least that is how I perceived things back in 2018. Now, go further back in time into 2016, and sure, the Cowboys were the top seed in the NFC, but it felt a little bit weird with the whole Dak Prescott being a rookie thing. We knew that he was going to be good. We didn't know that he was maybe going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And the whole experience of him being a rookie maybe just held off our expectations on the 2016 team for a little while. Go back to 2014, and again, I don't think that we thought about the Cowboys having an elite offense or an elite defense. But now the things are different because here we are in 2021. The Cowboys lead the NFL in yards per play. The Cowboys lead the NFL in points per game, in first down percentage. They're another of the leaders of the NFL. So this feels like a big, big game for the Cowboys. Dario says, Dallas is a better team than Kansas City right now. We have apparently someone who is so obsessed with the Dallas Cowboys that actually goes behind enemy lines into Cowboys shows, provides them with engagement, saying cowgirls suck, cowgirls suck, cowgirls suck. First of all, I'm just, I am way over the changing the names of the teams into a feminine and using that as an insult. Like, that is you telling everybody, hey, I'm an official boomer. That is like the boomer credential in the football world. So I appreciate Wolf for joining the show. I appreciate him for providing ADC Sports Dallas Primetime with his engagement. So I appreciate that. Hey, Oscar Martinez here with it is a fair comment. I will read it. Bro, are you even a diehard fan? Sky is a diehard. Every time I listen to you, you don't sound like it. I love Sky, and I love his style. I don't know if he's I am a diehard for the Dallas Cowboys. But when I'm watching them on Sunday, when I'm in front of the TV and I'm alone, here on the shows, and I get it if that's not the style of some of you, I fully get it. But here on the show, you will get the most objective version of me. And I'm talking about the Cowboys being an elite team, so I really don't know what the issue is there. But hey, I get it, Oscar. You didn't even want to pick Cowboys for this game yet, says Oscar Martinez. You didn't even want to pick the Cowboys for this game yet. Well, I just said that I was going with the Cowboys. The title of the video is 3 reasons why I'm taking the Cowboys to beat the Chiefs. But hey, I get it, I guess. Anyways, let's move on to the 3 reasons why I'm taking the Cowboys to beat the Chiefs. that was weird. I'm not going to lie. That was weird. I'm sorry. I just confused for the Oscar Martinez comment. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, back to the show. Here are the 3 reasons why I'm taking the Cowboys over the Chiefs, because I truly look at them as the favorite in the NFC. About a few weeks ago, I sat here and I told you that I had the Rams at number 1, the Cowboys at number 2. But after what we've seen recently from the Rams and what we have seen recently from the Cowboys beyond the Broncos game, I truly believe that Cowboys are the best team in the conference. I truly believe that, and objectively. And that is what I was trying to talk about when replying to that earlier comment. I'm here to be the most objective person possible, breaking down the Cowboys and their opponents. So I talk a lot about the opposing team's strengths and weaknesses, but that's because I don't know. That's why I'm the most interested in the matchups from one team between the other. Anyways, number 1 reason why I'm taking the Cowboys over the Chiefs: better adjustments by the coordinators. And this is something that I'm blown away by. The way that Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn have really week to week made the right adjustments depending on their rivals has been so impressive. There's this great article that I recommend you read it by Stephen Reese from The Ringer. And in it, he describes how Kellen Moore is not really giving this offense an identity. He is more than anything giving them just plays. And that was such an interesting read because I believe that he has a big point. And he actually put out a stat in which he said the Cowboys are not top 10 in motion rate, in pre-snap motion rate. The Cowboys are not top 10 in RPO rate, in play action rate, or anything like that. But the Cowboys are still one of the most successful teams when using each and every one of these concepts. So even though they're not all in any of them, they are so successful when actually using them. The Chiefs have been a little bit insistent on the deep ball, for example, this season. Teams are playing them with 2 high defenses. Teams are not blitzing Patrick Mahomes, or even when they show 2 high defenses and rotate to single high defenses, the Chiefs have been insistent on throwing the deep ball, and the Cowboys have been the complete opposite. When they're facing a tough defense that will show you a lot of 2 high safeties, the Cowboys are going to adjust to that. And that is the number one reason why I'm taking the Cowboys over the Chiefs. Oscar says, that's fine being objective, but I would choose the Cowboys every time. You will not get that from me. I understand it if you don't like it. And that doesn't mean that, I'm not rooting for the Cowboys or anything like that. But my job is to, sit here and give you my honest thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys situation and the NFL situation. And I'm going to get a lot of picks wrong, actually, a lot of them. And I'm fine with it. But I'm here to give you my objective opinion on things. And I'm not going to let my love for the Cowboys, for example, to get in the way of them. I'm not, out of respect to you guys, actually. Out of respect to you, actually. Mo, I could talk myself into the Dallas Cowboys beating the Harlem Globetrotters. I had to pick them because my heart says so. It says thumb down his burner account. Hey, I like that. Jeremy Williams says, you're a statistics guy. I'm just a diehard fan that always pick my team. Hey, and that's more than fine. That is more than fine. Anyways, back to the reasons why I'm taking the Cowboys over the Chiefs. And this is part of it, by the way. Like, if I always pick the Cowboys, me taking the Cowboys over the Chiefs wouldn't even be that important. But to me, it actually is, because before the season started, I never would have thought that I would pick the Cowboys in Week 11 over the Chiefs. And the reason is, and I will get to that third reason actually in a few moments. But first, I'm going to tell you the second one. And that is that the Chiefs are so aggressive when it comes to the blitz. They are the sixth highest. They had the sixth highest blitz rate in the NFL. And here's the thing, and we talked about this earlier in the week, and I actually told you guys that I thought that they weren't blitzing as much. They are number 6 in the NFL in that. So maybe I was wrong on that. But here's the thing, they have not been good when blitzing. Forget about Dak Prescott being basically the best quarterback in the NFL today versus the blitz. He has 16 touchdown passes when 5 rushers are against him. The 5 quarterbacks that are tied for second have 7, and that includes Teddy Bridgewater, Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, and Joe Burrow. So 16 from Dak Prescott at number 1, and then 5 other quarterbacks all sitting at only 7 touchdowns versus the blitz. Here's the thing. The Chiefs are not efficient even when blitzing. Sure, they will get pressure in on the quarterback, and they actually rank in the top 10 of the NFL in pressure rate. But the Chiefs, when blitzing, have allowed 57 completions in 100 attempts for 615 yards, 10 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. Those are not the numbers that you want, I believe, when blitzing the quarterback, but that has been the case for Kansas City so far. Mo, there is a difference between picking with your heart and picking with your money. I think that is a fair assessment. Let's go, says Tom Williams. Cowboys. Let's go, Cowboys. 8-2 this week, hopefully. Anyways, I don't think that the Chiefs are going to blitz Dak Prescott a lot, and I don't think that the Cowboys are going to blitz Patrick Mahomes. I do believe that the Cowboys and the Chiefs are going to have plenty of time in the pocket. I would bet on both offensive lines to win their respective battles in the trenches on Sunday. I do believe that. Anyways, number 3, and here is where I'm a little bit surprised with my pick of taking the Cowboys over the Chiefs this season. Before the season started, I would have picked the Chiefs to win this one. I would have done so because I was expecting Kansas City to be the best offense in the NFL. They have struggled way more than we would ever imagine. They are being way more limited to less explosive plays. Patrick Mahomes is throwing about a 1 yard less per attempt than he was in 2020, in 2019. The Chiefs are being forced to play in longer drives because they're not getting these big chunks every play. So that was my, preseason projection of this game. But as we sit here, days removed from the actual game, I believe that the Cowboys have the best offense in the NFL. I believe that the Cowboys are the best team, at least in the NFC. And I actually believe that the Cowboys have a coaching edge heading into Week 11. And I never thought preseason that I would be saying each of these statements for the Dallas Cowboys. Kevin does say something interesting, though. Sounds like the same script about the Broncos game. Yeah, we were confident about beating the Broncos. We were so, basically taking off balance, hit off balance in that Denver game. I think that was the exception, though. And I'm not saying that this will be anything close to a blowout game. I don't expect that. I believe a shootout with the vibes of a Kansas City Chiefs Rams game in 2018, was it? Yes, it was 2018. Or the Broncos and the Cowboys in 2013. This is the vibes that this game is giving me. And actually, as long as it is a badass shootout kind of game and the Cowboys lose a close one, worst case scenario, I would be a little bit fine with it. Of course, I would be disappointed by the loss. But hey, I think that we're going to see one of the best games of the year this season. Apparently, the AFC West is a tough division, says Daddy, and that's also a fair comment. The key to beating Kansas City is to score more points than them, says Tom down his burner account. I believe the Cowboys should follow his advice. Let's see if they do. Anyways, it is Thursday night, so that means that we actually have the Betting the Cowboys segment lined up for tonight's show. So let's get into it. Betting the Cowboys, we have suffered a little bit of a regression in the past few weeks. we started the season 5-1. Now we are at 5-4, so that those are 4 straight weeks of not getting our bets right. Is that correct? Are we 5-4? Yes, we are 5-4, aren't we? Because we took the Cowboys versus the Broncos. We took the Vikings because it was a conditional pick on whether or not Dak Prescott was going to play or not. And if Cooper Rush was going to start for the Cowboys, I said that I was going to be taking the Vikings in the Betting the Cowboys segment, which has nothing to do with our hearts or with our preferences. I'm just out here trying to get the winning pick for each and every single game. But yeah, we have suffered a rough slump here on ADC Sports Dallas Primetime in the Betting the Cowboys segment. The question is for the chat over at YouTube and over at Facebook. Would you rather bet the Cowboys plus 2.5 or the Cowboys over 27.5? Those are the official numbers in the betting world. I was between these two. So you know that it is one of these two picks. But I didn't know which bet provided the most value. Taking the Cowboys plus 2.5, which is basically taking them to win the game, unless you're talking about a super close one with a, maybe a mixed extra point or something like that, or over 27.5, 4 touchdowns versus a Chiefs defense that has struggled so much. I take the points, says Tom Downey burner account. Daddy Pook says Dallas needs to drop 2 safeties and keep everything in front against Mahomes. Dallas Junk says, I already put 300 on the boys on the spread, so plus 2.5. Cal goes with the over. I'm going to take, and here we go, betting the Cowboys segment. I'm taking the Cowboys plus 2.5. I like the odds, minus 105 in DraftKings. I believe that is a fair number for the Cowboys. And I do expect them to win the football game versus the Chiefs. Points, says Peter Rizzo. Not gonna lie, I'm not putting money on this one this week, says Tom down his burner account. Hey, listen, if I did not have the Betting the Cowboys segment, I would also stay away from this game too, because it is going to be close. It is going to be so fun. Yes, sir, that's a good bet, says Dallas Young. Hey, I agree with you, Dallas. So let's take the Cowboys plus 2.5. Let's see if we can end this losing streak, because I'm so done with it. I just want to, be on that joyride that we were at, 5-1. It was fun to have this segment every week. Not as much lately, though, because we have been losing. So let's say Cowboys plus 2.5. And finally, let's get to the game pick. As you guys know, in primetime fashion, what we do is we do a blind recap. So we act as if this was Sunday morning and Monday morning, and we are talking about the Cowboys versus the Chiefs game. So here we go. Blind recap, Cowboys versus Chiefs. Here's my recap. The Cowboys had trouble to pressure Patrick Mahomes all game long, but that didn't keep playmakers from coming up with big takeaways, including Jaron Kearse, who got his first pick of the year on a Patrick Mahomes deep pass. In a 400-yard plus performance, 3 pass catchers of the Dallas Cowboys went with over 60 yards receiving as Prescott picked the Chiefs defense apart, Prescott woke up Monday morning tied with Josh Allen as a favorite to win the MVP award. Cowboys 35, Chiefs 28. That is my score prediction for the Cowboys versus the Chiefs game. Let me know yours in the chat. We have Charlene Evans who's saying there's a new bakery in Kansas City inspired by the Chiefs. It only makes turnovers. I like that. 38-35 says Tom down his burner account. 35-27 says Dallas. Eric Fisher was Mahomes Tyron Smith, says Tavis Banks. He misses him. Let's hope that the Cowboys can get some pressure in. They have been on the offensive line. I believe that the Chiefs have been better than given credit for. If you take a look at the games, there has been some inconsistency from Patrick Mahomes in the pocket, and maybe he's not being as patient now in 2021. But I do think that they are better than many have given them credit for. And actually, I thought I saw a number just a little bit earlier today on some Cowboys and some offensive line pressures allowed. And the Chiefs are up there, man. The Chiefs are one of the highest ranked offensive lines in that category. But I agree with Tavis, though, over at right tackle, they have some issues. So it will be a big game for Terrell Basham, I believe. Basham rushed a lot from the right side of the field, versus the right tackle, last game. Man, Matt Ryan needs to ask for a trade, says Dario. The Falcons are struggling right now versus the Patriots. But also, shout out to the Patriots. They're doing a good job, man. They have beaten big teams like the Chargers, like the Browns, and they have kept it close versus the Cowboys, versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. So I do think that Mac Jones has been tremendous this season as a rookie, mostly in the intellectual side of the game, because that is his strength, I believe, not the athletic side of it. But he's handling so much. Take a look at the Patriots game. Look at what Mac Jones does at the line of scrimmage. It's a lot for a rookie. They're asking him to do just about everything, from box reads to audibles. He's doing a lot, even in protection schemes. He has a lot on his plate. So shout out to Mac Jones, to the Patriots. I believe that they have done a good job improving a lot over the past few weeks and actually showing that they belong in the playoff conversation. Maybe not an actual threat to win the AFC, but they're going to be a tough opponent to see. Completely Random says, but you're going to go for your Series 7 post-grad mode, says Tom down his burner account. I did not understand that, though. I'm sorry. What is the post-grad mode? The Series 7 post-grad. Excuse me. I don't know if that is a term that I should know, but I'm not familiar with it. If you want to clarify that for me, Tom down his burner account. Mauricio, when you and Sky gonna collab? We should. We did that once when I first joined the YouTube community, when ADC Sports Dallas moved to YouTube as well. We should. I should have Sky on, or he should have me on. We should get together for a special show. That would be awesome here on ADC Sports Dallas. I'll talk to him about it this weekend, definitely. The tough thing about Mahomes is the defense has to put at least 2 on him, because when he gets out of the pocket and he still has the ability to throw the unexpected passes to any spot on the field. Yeah, definitely. Anyways, guys, that will be it for me tonight. I will not take a lot of your time tonight. I have to attend to a school event, so I will have to go a little bit earlier than usual. But I appreciate you guys being here. I invite you to hit the like button, to share the show. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, please let your friends know that you're watching ADC Sports Dallas Primetime. I'm taking the Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys because they're the better team. I honestly believe that. And it's going to be so fun to watch Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott go at it on Sunday. It is going to be so fun. Oh, I understand I wasn't familiar with the term. Maybe that's on that's because I'm in Mexico, and maybe that's different. I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure what the path is after the graduation, because I do like sportscasting, and that is something that I focus myself a little bit more on that. But I'm looking forward to the graduation and deciding what is going to happen. Dallas is better than Denver too, so it's not so fast. I believe that as well. Good work, man, says Tony Miles. I appreciate you, Tony. Thank you for being here on the show. I will see you all Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central, hopefully to discuss a Cowboys win over the Kansas City Chiefs. Guys, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy Thursday night football, and I will see you Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central. Thank you, guys.